Well, Jennifer, nice to meet you. I'm
Thank
Cristina from SensaCine, Mexico. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for being here.
I gotta say I enjoy the movie a lot. I got the chance to watch it on IMAX.
Oh, amazing. That's perfect.
It was a huge experience.
Yeah, it's a very immersive
Yeah.
movie. IMAX is a great way to see it. I think as big a screen as you can possibly see to enjoy what they accomplished with those action sequences.
The first Top Gun movie gave a whole generation epic soundtracks, epic catchphrases, even outfits, you know. So what do you think this movie is going to give to the new generations?
I think very similar experience. I think, that movie, the first film, Top Gun, for me at 15 years old when I saw it, defined cool. Like you said, the sunglasses, the outfits, the singing, the romance, the airplane, all of it was cool.
I think we have a lot of similarities to the first film, in that there's some really iconic moments in ours, and it feels a lot like the first film. I think it has the heart of it. So for people that really aren't even familiar with the first one, I think they're going to watch this, and I think they're going to have a similar response. I really think it's a special film.
I think it's got a mix of the old and the new. You've got Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, coming back. You're going to see the classic shades, the leather jacket, but at the same time, we've got a whole new cast of characters, young naval aviators that he has to teach in this film, and they bring their own energy, their own style, their own personalities into this film. So I'm so thrilled with this young cast that we found. I can't wait for people to meet them.
Well, we also, I think, have some epic music. I think Lady Gaga's song is great, and the whole soundtrack is great. I think it's an interesting version of Maverick. I think that having this character who's so tender and who is sort of asking himself these big questions and having to challenge his, sort of like think about his identity and his place and question that and confront ghosts. I think it's a really moving depiction.
Maverick is older and is dealing with things that you deal with as you get older. What are things like loyalty and responsibility and duty and service? What do all those words mean as you get older? And it's a very cool thing to be a part of.
Monica, this is the first time, this is in this universe that we see a woman in the booth, because in the mid-'80s there were no female war pilots. But then it was announced that Monica was playing a female pilot, and I was like, female pilot? We both are pilots. Well, our pilot. When I watched the film, I was very impressed because no one referred to your character as a female pilot, just a top pilot. So, as a woman, do you feel more comfortable when you are performing or portraying a character when there is no distinction between female and male?
I think in this situation, definitely. I met a lot of incredible aviators, and I asked them sort of this question, what it's like, and they mostly said, they strive to just be accepted as skilled pilots, where it doesn't have to be said that they are female or male, like they just are who they are. And I think they're getting there, you know, and I met a lot of men that respect that a lot in the aviation community, but you know, it is a challenge for sure. And I mean, the women I got to fly with were just absolute role models for this character.
I understand your point, and I agree with you. Monica does a great job, and I really appreciate it. I thought it was really important. I was waiting to see if there was going to be a woman who's a pilot, and there is, and it's great.
The number one rule for a pilot is never leave your wingman. So what would you say is the number one rule for an actress?
Oh, wow. Gosh, I've never thought about that. Well, I'll tell you, the thing that I love to do the most, one of the things that I really like when I'm working is to be completely, you know, do all the thinking and homework ahead of time and preparation, and then really enjoy being completely surrendered to the scene on set. And so that I can just be engaged with the person that I'm working with.
The number one rule for a pilot is never leave your wingman. So what would you say is the number one rule for an actor?
Be on time, know your lines, don't be a jerk. Those are the three basic things.
Okay.
To be present, you know, it's a similar thing. It's to make sure that you're being honest and present and in the moment and listening, and those are all great lessons for actors.
I guess, I mean, that's a great question. I think it applies in the same way. You know, acting, there are monologues, but there's always a dance with a relationship or another person. Like, you know, we don't do these things in a vacuum. You can't take acting class alone. It's always about giving and receiving, and you know, speaking, but very much also listening. So I think it does have a partnership quality to it as well.
I think it's never leaving your wingman in the scene, and it's a very supportive craft, I think, and that's like when you become like really close, it just it makes for magic moments on screen.
You think up there you're dead, believe me.
My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
I was sure I was going to be at the edge of my seat with this movie because it is a culmination of everything Tom Cruise has learned or accomplished in the past 40 years. But I do not expect that it would be so emotional. So would you say that besides the amazing practical effects, this movie is about redemption, sacrifice, and friendship too?
Yes, those were the themes of the first film. And we also wanted at the core this to be a drama, or a rite of passage story for Maverick. And we were able to build on all the emotion from the first film because we have all this history that we know about. So yes, the drama, we spent as much time on the drama in this film as we did on the action. You need both for the story to work.
It's a rare thing these days to have a movie that's about people. It's not about superheroes or gods or monsters or anything like that. It's about human beings doing things that human beings can accomplish. You don't have to be a mutant or a super soldier or what have you. They're just people, and I think that's what movies used to be about, and now they're about computer-generated creatures and things. And I think that part of what making this how we did it with the practical flying and the real people in the seat and the teamwork, I think that really, I hope that resonates for people, especially coming out of pandemic, first movie back, seeing it in theaters. I think all of that is really important.
I think it's a movie with an incredible amount of heart, and it's nice to see characters who are unsure of themselves, even, you know, with Maverick, somebody who in the first one didn't need anybody's, you know, advice. In this one, he's a little older now, and I think he's at a different place. But I think, you know, at the premiere we had the other night, people are laughing, people are, you know, cheering, they love the music, and then at the end, they're, you know, a lot of them are, you know, crying a little bit. So I think that really makes for a perfect film.
I like that about it. I think it really delivers. It's very satisfying, you know? I feel like it's, you know, friendship and love and bravery and redemption and that's fun, you know? It feels very celebratory. I think that there is subtlety and nuance in the characters and the performances. There's humor in unexpected places, you know, like those scenes with Miles and Tom, I think are really charming. So it's not to say that it feels cliched or stale in any way. It feels very fresh and alive to me, but also deeply satisfying.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really, really enjoyed the movie. I really enjoy watching you in the movie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I assure you it's going to be a huge thing in Mexico and in America Latina.
Thank you.
Gracias.